Hi everybody, this is Dan Morgan. Doing another video today. I wanted to do one on battling insomnia since this has been something that's been recently affecting me. Um, is if I can assume it's probably mostly because on January 1st I decided to give up four of my nasty addictions: alcohol, nicotine, marijuana, and websites. You guys can figure out what that means. Um, and yeah, pretty much off the it just it's almost like I was sleeping really well for a good month and a half, just while using marijuana, Delta 8 vaporizer pens, all that stuff, and still vaping nicotine. And it's like it's just a coincidence, right? That while being addicted to those substances, like I wasn't having like any major issues with can't even speak with going to sleep, and it was like as soon as I decided to make that stance of like, you know what, I'm gonna give up these chemicals and threw it and just threw them away. That's when like the sleep tremors and sleep insomnia started again, and just wanted to kind of like cover I attempted at first. Like I was also trying to go cold turkey off my off my head meds because I thought I didn't need them. Um, and Yeah, that may not have been the best idea. Like I was doing fine like throughout the day with without the anxiety and without the voices and the hallucinations, whatever. So I figured, hey, you know what? Let's do an experiment. Let's just go completely chemical free, see what happens. But for about the first 2.5 weeks, I was getting maybe like two like um I was I was relying purely on just melatonin gummies. I think these little guys right here. You can get them at Walmart. They're like they're very cheap. But like I was even overdosing. I would grab like a handful of those gummies, just chew them down, and then I would they would help me to fall asleep, but that's about all they would do for me. Like within 2 to 3 hours, I would just wake up like just like ready to go. It was like my body would like metabolize them as fast as they could, and as soon as like my body metabolized the melatonin, I would just boom pop up, and then I would be like, oh crap, it's 3:30 in the morning. Well, what do I do? So what I started to do was I was just like, okay, well my gym opens at 5 a.m. I'll just do my morning prayers and hit the gym hard. But I mean, after like 2.5 weeks, I'm like, man, this is getting old. You know, I'm not getting any sleep, and I didn't really know what to do. So by the grace of God, I found a really good Discord channel. If anyone's interested, I can point them in the right direction. If I start getting viewers who actually watch my videos, um, I can point them to the Discord channel that I started going to. It's like a Christian fellowship group. There's a lot of Christians there that know far more than I do about the Bible, and they were able to pray for me, which helped a lot. And it's just reassuring knowing that someone else is actually praying for you. Um, but then about like from like week 2 to week 3, I started getting these just violent, sadistic sleep paralysis type dreams, and I just couldn't figure out like what was causing it. Because I'm like, man, you know, oh my God, I thought I'm doing everything right, you know. I'm giving up the bad habits, giving up other types of sin. I'm abstaining from the previous lifestyle that I've already mentioned that I was part of, the alphabet group and all that nonsense. So it's like, and on top of that, I was baptized on the 7th of January of this month. So I'm just like, okay, um, I know the Holy Spirit's working for me during the daytime because I'm not being attacked by these demons anymore, which that was a blessing in itself. But just that sleep issue was the elephant in the room that I'm like, how do I beat this? And I wanted to do it without being on the meds because I'm like, you know what, I'm strong. I can do this without meds. But after about 3 weeks, um, I was just like, you know what, man, I give up. Like, and I think it was like I think the biggest withdrawal was coming from the nicotine. That was like I think the main precursor because I've already gotten past the alcohol withdrawals and the website addiction withdrawals. I pretty much got through that all of last year. Got that out of my system. But I started using nicotine vaping just as a way to kind of deal with the uh, recurring anxiety, recurring voices or whatever. So I would just like vape nicotine to get the voices out of my head, if you will. But I don't want to like make vaping nicotine be like my binky that I have to like rely on for the rest of my life. So I was like, all right, it's January 1st is coming up. Let's just start the new year clean. And I remember this one guy in my Celebrate Recovery group. I won't mention his name, but he made a good point. How and one of the like earlier group meetings, I think in the beginning of January, he was mentioning how he was happy that he made a whole year sober and clean, and then he was going into the new year sober and clean. So I took that as motivation to like be like, all right, let's make this year 2024 be the year where Danny's sober on the entire year going into the 2025. So that's kind of like my little in the background motivation goal, or one of my goals, I guess. Um, but to get into the meat of this video, um, one thing that I had to like realize after my third sleep paralysis event, where like I just woke up just like in fear and just confusion. It felt like I had like demons were literally just torturing me, and then I would try to run away, and then they would just like lasso me back in, just to torture me again. So like it was like being in this like dream inception kind of thing where you think you're getting out of the dream, and then you just get snagged right back into that same dream again, and you can't get out of it. And then eventually, I'll just wake up from it, and then I was just like, "What the hell just happened?" Just and then thankfully, two of those times I would go into I would go into the Discord channel, and by the grace of God, there would be some Christians that were just in like the voice chat, and then I would talk to them and just be like, "Hey guys, man, I'm struggling. If anyone can help me out or just pray for me," and then like they immediately gave me advice and then prayed for me. So that was a blessing, and that was just a blessing in itself. Waking up to Christians that are willing to listen to your struggles and pray for you. So that's another, I guess, hidden gem is just it's good to have prayer friends. Like if you don't have any, message me and chat, and I'll point you to the Discord at least, and that could be a starting point. And you can go from there. Get to know some of the people there. They're very friendly, very loving, very caring. Like I used to be part of other voice chat groups of guys that were just like break your balls type, and trying to be vulnerable with them about your personal issues was just like giving blood to the sharks. So it was hard to kind of deal with my struggles for the 10 years that I was with those guys, which kind of leads into my next topic where what really broke this little curse that I was dealing with was I had to be honest with myself and just admit that I had been hanging around the wrong crowd of guys who use very vulgar language. I'll even admit to everyone that they have prejudicial views, and just even if that's not who I am, just guilt by association, on their energies, their personalities, their personas. Yeah, it would seep into my own subconscious mind. So then so if I was getting frustrated, I would start using some of their language, and I would just be like, "What the hell is that? Where's that coming from?" But it's very important, guys and gals, to be honest with yourself first and foremost. If you want to get through any kind of recovery, be honest with yourself. That's look at yourself in the mirror and be like, "Who am I? And who do I want to be? And who uh, who do I want to not be?" And then start figuring out how you can get to that higher self persona. I don't know. I'm I'm not I'm not the word guy. So also kind of going on to what I was just saying was it's important to engage in prayer. Like I personally pray every morning. First thing I do when I wake up is I just get down on my knees, pray in my prayer place, or like I don't know, Christians call it their secret place. It's for me. It's literally right where I'm kneeling while giving you this video. It's just right on my bedside. Um, and I do a morning prayer, and then before I go to bed, I say another prayer to God, just kind of giving Him thanks of getting through the day, or if it's in the morning, I'm just like, God, just if you can just give me some strength to teach me how to get through this day. If there's any struggles, Lord, And then another big thing, which I've thankfully gotten past for the most part, is unforgiveness. That was last year in December and November. That was a big learning season of learning forgiveness for me. That's what the Lord was teaching me, or the Holy Spirit. But it's gotten a lot easier now. I don't think I have any really like grudges or gripes towards family members, past associates, past experiences. Like I've experienced a lot of different types of trauma, which I may go into as I make more videos. But the key takeaway was just learning forgiveness and just saying, you know what, whether or not they did wrong me or didn't wrong me, or I perceived that they did, who cares? It's just give it to God. Let God handle it, and He will handle it. It won't be in your timing though. Like it won't be overnight. You're not going to just wake up one day and have your unforgiveness washed away. It just takes. It's like going to the gym or a martial arts or any kind of discipline. You just have to just keep at it, keep at it, keep at it, and then the voices or the attacks, at least for my case, they start to wane and wane and wane until you reach a point now where I'm at, where I'm like, man, I don't have any ill feelings towards my mother. Like she can go do whatever she wants to do, and God will handle it from there. You reap what you sow. So, lastly, I can I haven't done a lot of deliverance, but I have listened to YouTube pastors and deliverance ministers who've done series of deliverance. I believe it's worked for me because I don't think I have these demons anymore. So whether it's the prayers, whether it's my friends and brothers and sisters who are praying for me, or just being part of deliverance services on YouTube, I can say that it's worked. The combination of prayer, combination of using sleep medication, and I will also confess that I did go back to taking my head meds because I was just like, you know what, I know I know these head meds work. Although I did have sleep paralysis once or twice from the head meds, so that was a very scary experience because it's like I literally couldn't wake up out of it, and it was just like this prolonged demonic attack. And I was just like, screw these head meds. That was just such a horrible experience to experience. But um, I threw in the towel after 3 weeks of just solid insomnia, and they're working. So I'll just say that I'm on Seroquel, 100 milligrams. If anyone is familiar with that stuff, it's like an Ambien, but with a antipsychotic component, I guess. I'm not a I'm not a psychiatrist nor a pharmacist, so if you're prescribed it, then you are. If you're not, you're not. So I don't want to encourage or discourage the use of head meds. It's your own choice, it's your own body, and it's your own doctor telling you what to do and whether or not you listen to them or not. I'm more stubborn about taking head meds because I don't want to get addicted to it. Plus, I've always heard that they're a major pain in the butt to get off of. So, but for the time being, I'm gonna probably be on these meds for at least 6 months, just so I can just get through these withdrawals and just get good sleep. Like I've been sleeping like a baby for the past 5 nights. Um, it's just been bliss. It's on the prayers are all working. So on to Trinity and Dom and everyone else who's been praying for me in the Discord channel. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I've battled with sleep insomnia for as long as I can re- uh, re- uh, re- remember. See, I have a hard time with R words. Um, and I'm on a camera, so this feels it's a it's a different feeling having a camera watching you while you're talking and recording. It's something I'm getting used to. But I want to cut this video pretty soon. So what was I saying? Deliverance, prayer to the Holy. Oh, another thing that I would suggest too is that before you go to bed, try to pray to the Holy Spirit for any kind of wisdom or guidance. That's what I had to do to discern my final nail in the coffin was that I realized these guys that I've been hanging out with are just toxic for me. Like as a Christian who's a firm believer, Jesus Christ, a grateful believer, and being around just ungodly, blasphemous people that just kind of mock God. I'm like, I love those guys, but I just can't be around them. And then after the final sleep paralysis dream, I just realized that that their personas were like almost in like were almost demonic, and I just literally got on my phone. I said a couple of farewells to guys that I was close with, but I was just like, look, man, I can't be around this kind of like racist banter. This is not who I am. It's not who I want to be around. And I just went block, delete, delete, block. I deleted their Discord channels, everything. Just wiped my slate clean, and then the following night and subsequent nights, I've been sleeping phenomenally. So if you know you're around just unhealthy, toxic groups of people, and you're a believer in God and Jesus Christ, then I can't tell you what to do. But if you want to break away and get that energy out of your head, that's a good first step. Um, and I'll finish it with this proverbs that I just read from my daily proverbs reading. 26:11. As a dog returns to his vomit, so a fool repeats his folly, which basically rang true of like whenever I would try to like go back to these friend groups. It's just I would just ask myself, what am I doing? This is I'm like I'm standing there. It's like being Rudolph amongst the reindeers, and there's just no point for me to hang around that kind of crowd of guys or people. Um, Again, I can't tell you guys what to do. It's just my goal is just to share what works for me. And if it and as my old Buddhist teacher once said, I want to give you these teachings. If it works for you, cool. If not, drop it, forget it, and just keep it moving. So if I can help you guys out, I'm happy. If not, thank you for watching, and everyone have a blessed night. I'm gonna go do a Bible study with this Discord group, so I'll talk to you guys later. Signing out.